I don't care who I am. Take that nasty ass vest off.
Man, I don't care. It's work.
Fuck ass nigga.
I don't care. It's work.
Take that vest off, use some tide and watch that motherfucker. You nasty nigga.
Wipe around your mouth.
You nasty nigga. You wipe it. Make me. Make me. Yeah. Cause I put my finger and my pictures in your face. Bitch ass boy. Now I'm finished. Yeah. Make me go. I don't want nobody to do nothing, baby. Your mama gonna be crying about you. You feel about bitch, nigga, my mama dead. The fuck you mean? Don't you never in your life. Now what you gonna do about that? Yeah, do something with your bad ass.
What?
That's what I thought. Give me my pictures. Okay, well, call the manager then. Call the manager then. Yeah. You telling him he ain't watching my mama just died.
What?
Your mama. I don't play no games where I'm from. You don't play mama games.
Your folks gonna be crying.
No, they ain't gonna be crying, nigga. You gonna be crying because you don't even know who the fuck I am. What the fuck, and I don't give a fuck about you. I don't care about
I gotta.
I am. Take that nasty ass vest off.
Man, I don't care. It's work.
Fuck ass nigga.
I don't care. It's work.
Take that vest off, use some tide and watch that motherfucker. You nasty nigga.
Wipe around your
She's trying to buck him. She's trying to make him subordinate to her
mouth.
with her words. In a sense of I'm trying to I can't she's trying to mark her territory in a sense. It's a thing they do in the wild, you know, where like sometimes you got lions or something like that that'll go around like peeing on trees and stuff like that to mark their territory. And it's a sort of or sometimes like I think a better example would be like goats, you know, to show that they're the leader of the pack. They just like ram they butt heads until they figure out who can take the most pain or whatever, or who's going to back down. And then they kind of go from there. That's what she's trying to do in like the human version. It's a, not to get too deep into masculine versus feminine, because obviously that's an easy way to look into it, but it's not necessarily about that. I think it's more about superiority versus inferiority in this particular, you know, clip. It might be about age and trying to humble him and sort of put him under her.
You nasty nigga. You wipe it. Make me. Make me. Yeah. Cause I put my finger and my pictures in your face. Bitch ass boy. Now I'm finished. Yeah. Make me go.
As irrelevant. I'm finished. I mean, done, finished, are the same thing.
I don't want nobody to do nothing, baby. Your mama gonna be crying about you. You feel about bitch, nigga, my mama dead. The fuck you mean? Don't you never in your life. Now what you gonna do about that?
He way over there. You way over there. You hear her screaming. And you way over there. You hear her screaming and acting a fool. And you walking around looking to the right and to the left as if you don't know what's going on over here.
Yeah, do something with your bad ass. That's what I thought.
It's another person over here too that has a camera that's watching the whole thing unfold, and ain't nobody putting their hand up saying, mama, mama, mama.
Give me my pictures. Okay, well, call the manager then. Call the manager then. Yeah. You telling him he ain't watching my mama just died everywhere talking about your mama. I don't play no games where I'm from. You don't play mama games.
Your folks gonna be crying.
No, they ain't gonna be crying, nigga. You gonna be crying because you don't even know who the fuck I am. What the fuck, and I don't give a fuck about you. I don't care
They trying to tell you before you get started. She's sitting there. They walking the other way, trying to leave. And I don't know if they're attached. They could be completely different. So he could be, but this is what I'm saying. And I know you don't want to get in on it. But if you ain't going to get in on the beginning, don't get in on the end. If you're not going to try to calm her down from going from 0 to 100, don't try to calm me down when we both at 100. Because you've allowed somebody to step in and disrespect me. Not as a man, not only as a man, but as a human being. You're a threat to me now. You've been disrespectful. And you continue to ramp up while somebody is telling you it's not worth it, but you can't be comforted. You can't be stopped. Your attitude's so bad. Sometimes, and I learned this growing up, I thought it was comical. I thought it was funny. How sometimes people be like, oh, you don't want to play with me. My attitude is bad. You don't want to see me. You don't want to see my attitude. I don't care about your attitude. I don't care about your attitude at all. Because what you're telling me is to allow you to disrespect me because you think that your adrenaline, which is essentially what's driving you, your adrenaline is at a higher level than mine. Now, there are times you can see it. There are times that people to where it's like, man, this ain't really worth it to me. So I'm not on that level. But if we both get to 100 respectively, your 100, my 100, it probably really ain't going to be about no attitude. It's really probably going to be more about what we going to break in this store. It's probably going to be more about what shelves are going to be turned over in this store. It's probably going to be more about whether or not I want to go to jail tonight. How much damage am I going to do tonight? With you talking crazy. Now me, I probably handled it. I love how he handled it because, you know, as a man, you know, this is a woman. I know some of the younger generation ain't like this. And that's why I say you got to watch how you talk to people, because the younger generation, they don't, when they say equality, they mean it. When the younger generation hears equality, they mean equality in every single aspect. So if this was a younger dude, and I don't know how young he is, he might be just somebody in the young generation, because I'm not saying all, but some people that I've seen in the younger generation would have probably picked her up and body slammed her and not even thought about it. Somebody like me I couldn't have gotten to him fast enough to try to stop them. By the time I turned around, she would have been on that plane. She would have been at 50 and they would have done that. And by the time I turned around and tried to get to him and say, little bro, she'd have been up in the air. Gotta watch how you talk to people, because you sit up here ramping yourself up. At some point in time, we done went from trying to calm her down. We done went from trying to calm her down and just say, it's not worth it, leave it alone, so on and so forth. You gonna get your pictures. All right, I get it. Not saying that you can't be mad, not saying that you can't get a little bit beside yourself, because sometimes these customer service reps be pushing you. Say, man, I just want my pictures. I don't want to talk anymore. Give me my pictures. I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of going back and forth with you. Give me my pictures, period. Oh, but you got to do the, give me my pictures, bro. I'm tired of talking to you. I paid for my pictures. I want them. Where are they? I need a reasonable, solid explanation. Where's my stuff? I get that. Sometimes you got to get a little loud. But when you get to the point, and I understand that, but when you get to the point of where you got to really make a decision on whether this is worth fighting or not, she got to the point to where not only was she bucking up, but she started being antagonistic, picking at him, trying to pick at him and his manhood. That's what she was going for. I ain't doing nothing. And trying to get expressive with it. And it's like, yo, from the way it looks you keep on doing your neck like that, it looks like we gonna have a problem. Cause I'm trying to stay respectful, but you keep talking crazy. Be careful. You could talk as crazy as you want to over there. Don't come over here and touch me. Because there's a trigger in my mind. There's a trigger with me that me and you gonna have a problem if you put your hands on me. That young man did everything he could do, and she gonna get up talking about make me. Look, I don't think we think about the consequences to our actions just because somebody doesn't make us aware of our actions. And the thing that really ticked me off about the scenario in this situation is the problem that she created beyond what was already there, and telling this man, oh, your mama gonna be missing you, insinuating that you about to unalive me. You about to unalive me? We did over some pictures? We done went from fighting to talking about you gonna unalive me, and I'm supposed to just sit and take that? You threatening me to the point of talking about my well-being? And you really mean that? Because that's a serious threat. Be careful. Because depending on who you talk, I'm telling you right now, sometimes you go out and you don't know where somebody is. They don't even have to go out and see. I think I understand now when people in the East say, I'm gonna pop the trunk on you. For a long time, I couldn't understand pop the trunk, what that mean. You know, like why are you popping the trunk? I now understand the difference because it's a different in laws a lot of times. You know, like in up in like the DC and New York area and stuff like that. Or from what I understand, Philly and stuff, you got to keep your firearm in the trunk, in a container in the trunk. Or if it's in the house, typically, from what I understand, you got to keep it in the closet or somewhere else in your lockbox in the closet, basically, up in all such as that. So basically, when you have a confrontation with somebody, you got to go pop the trunk and get it ready. So somebody understands. And I say that it confused me because I'm from Texas. So when you say I'm gonna pop the trunk on you, somebody understands what's coming and they have room and they have space to get out. But you say that to somebody in say like Texas, and you really mean it, depending on the person that you talking to, they could have a switch with them. It's already on the hip. I got the license for it and it's concealed. It's under the sweatshirt. And at any moment, you say something like that to me, it's already off the hip because you're going to do what? Be careful. Be careful how you run in your mouth. Take it easy. Talking about your mama going to find you missing. My mama ain't about to find nothing. And then when I say your folks, because he said he did say your folks the first time, but he kind of mumbled it. She assumed because she was already on 10 that he had said her mama. Oh, don't you say nothing about my mama. You just talked about my mama. I said literally the same thing you just said. Your mama gonna find you missing. Your mama gonna find you missing. Your folks gonna find you missing. Ah! Hey, look, this has got my blood boiling. Tell me what you think in the comments.